Opening in Orlando in 2025, Universal Epic Universe continues to add finer details around the park like the drums in Donkey Kong Country, while testing new effects like the fog in Dark Universe. But recently, attention has turned towards the new theme park's main entrance area, including the Chronos Tower, which was just topped off. Let's dig deeper into this area of Epic Universe and see what we can learn from permit information in today's news update. Rumors say that Universal is putting everything they got into getting Epic Universe ready in time for its 2025 opening. So we are seeing a flurry of activity in every corner of this new theme park. Fog effects appear to be testing near the entrance to Dark Universe's Village of Darkmoor. Over at Super Nintendo World's Donkey Kong Country, we can see newly added interactive bongo drums, and pieces of Funky's Flying By airplane-shaped retail can be found staged behind the minecart coaster. But the biggest milestone that the park has seen in recent days was the topping off of the Chronos Tower, right at the entrance to Epic Universe. The Chronos is what Universal is calling the front gate into Epic Universe. The base of the Chronos Tower features a portal that we will pass through to enter the park. And looking closer, we can see that the Epic Universe logo has been installed over this front gate entry. A look at the Chronos Tower in the scale model on display in the Epic Universe Preview Center shows us that this portal entry will feature a phrase, which may act as the park's dedication plaque. Now, this phrase may change by the time it is installed, but according to what can be read in the model, it appears to say, "With sun and moon, the stars and time, the Chronos spins and worlds align. For if you seek with curious heart, your compass true and stars to chart, beyond the gate find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams." This tower has been topped off with an American flag, a tradition for construction projects to symbolize the highest point reached or a final milestone on a project. Within the tower, we can see multiple celestial bodies with orbiting rings. The top sphere may represent the sun, or the Helios Hotel at the back of the theme park, as Helios is the Greek representation of the sun. Below that are multiple objects, each representing the worlds of Epic Universe. These medallions and spheres are currently covered by protective plastic during construction. Looking at a rendering on display within the Preview Center, we can see how additional celestial elements have yet to be installed, including planets surrounding the sun at the top, a Pegasus from constellation Carousel, and many small stars that surround the main elements. These stars may feature twinkling lights, because it appears that hookups may have been installed, with what could be wiring wrapped in small plastic bags all along the front and sides of the tower structure. Comparing this section of the tower to how it appears in the scale model, it looks as though statues have yet to be added on the sides of the Chronos, as well as other decoration. Zooming out, we can see all of the green ironwork style arches have been installed on either side of the Chronos Tower. These arches feature similar golden sunburst accents, as can be seen on the base of the tower within the center. Zooming out even further to the areas around the entry, concrete arches can be seen, as well as detailed rockwork on both sides of the entry plaza. This rockwork starts a motif that carries on throughout all of Celestial Park, the name for the park's central hub. Looking further out around this entry courtyard just outside of Epic Universe, we can see two large covered areas. This is for the security check, which should feature metal detectors and X-ray scanners just like the ones in use at the parking rotunda for the existing resort. Another feature we may see in this area that is not currently at the existing parks could possibly be kiosks where you can connect your digital tickets to your face. That's because Epic Universe is expected to use facial recognition to allow everyone entry into the park, without the need for scanning your ticket. The kiosks within this area would be for anyone who has yet to connect their tickets to their face, but you will likely also be able to do this using the app before you even arrive at the park. As for where you can purchase a ticket, if you've not done so prior to arriving, the building to the right of security is for ticketing. The round roof and covered areas out front are for a single long queue, which leads to multiple ticketing windows behind the round section. Once you have your ticket and have connected it to a photo of your face, either through the app or a kiosk, you are now ready to simply walk into Epic Universe via the Chronos portal. While Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure have been testing this technology, those parks are still utilizing ticket scanners and more traditional turnstiles in addition to the face scanning. Only time will tell if Epic Universe will be ready for a ticketless system when it first opens next year. Looking back at the entry plaza in front of security, the building to the left is described as guest restrooms in permits. Recently, a lot of landscaping work has been happening around this first round courtyard area in front of the entry plaza. Here is where guests arriving by Universal buses arrive from the bottom path or arrive from the parking lot and the drop-off area from the path seen on the right. This wider photo shows the Universal bus turnaround here on the left, which is located off of Epic Boulevard, the road that leads to Epic Universe, and the road that all guests will take to get to the park's main parking lot. Zooming out even further, we can see the park's flat parking lot. This area closest to the park entry is for drop-off and non-Universal buses, but the largest areas are for the north and south parking lots of Epic Universe. Some areas of the lot are currently being used for construction staging, but most of this large parking lot has been utilized by workers who are helping to bring this new park to life over the last couple years. Just recently, though, the lines have started to be redrawn in these lots. They were painted as alternating rows with single automobile spots, but now this darker section is marked more like theme park parking, with 2 cars per spot and all of the rows moving in the same direction. These lines are now ready for the park to open. Located between the north and south parking lots, you can see this long strip of unfinished land. It leads from the very back of the parking lot all the way to the theme park's entry plaza on the other side. Earlier permitted plans seem to refer to this as a moving walkway, likely similar to the ones that take guests from the parking garages to City Walk at the current resort. It is not clear if a moving walkway will actually be built, as work has seemingly not yet begun on one, but we shall see. To get into the parking lot, cars will drive up this small road leading to a row of parking toll booths. The framing for these parking booths has just now started to go up. A small support building for the parking booths is being constructed beside this framing. After paying for parking, cars will be instructed to either turn left for the south lot or to the right for the north lot. Preferred and accessible parking can be found beside the north lot, closer to the park entrance. While Epic Universe is opening with a flat parking lot, it's always possible that they could add parking garages later if and when they choose to expand the offerings here. This would be just like they did with Universal Studios Florida's flat parking lot back in the 90s. This guest parking lot is separate from the team member parking, which is located directly behind the park. Plus, guests of the Helios Grand Hotel have their own parking garage located directly behind the hotel at the back of the park. Heading back to the park entrance, let's briefly explore what is in each of these buildings just inside the park. Located to your left when facing the Chronos entry, we can find wheelchair and stroller rental, as well as the park's Lost and Found. Just inside the park on the left are all-day locker rentals, located underneath this awning. This large building contains Epic Universe's main gift shop, expected to be named Other Worlds Mercantile. As seen in this permit image, which was filed publicly with Orange County, we can see the entrance to this main gift shop here on the left. But there is a smaller storefront on the right, on the end of this building. This is Moonship Chocolates and Celestial Sweets, a candy and sweet shop that has been officially announced. This 2D plan image shows some of the more ornate details on the front of this entry building. with large glass domes and skylights, intricate decorative towers, and unique spires. On the opposite side of the entrance, looking toward your right when standing in front of the Chronos Tower, you can find the park's main guest services, as well as health services featuring a baby care center. After passing through the portal into the park, there are restrooms on your right, connected to some smaller retail locations with multiple entrances. These smaller shops are expected to include various Emporia and North Star Wintry Wonders, both of which have been trademarked. The North Star store will be the park's holiday shop. You should also be able to find the park's photo pickup location on this side, expected to be named Lens Flare, another trademark term. On the very end of this structure will be a Starbucks location. Plan images filed with Orange County list this part of the structure as a coffee shop, but additional permits have referred to it as Starbucks by name. While these guest areas can be found on the lower level of this structure on the right side of the park's entry, a special VIP lounge and event space is listed in the permits as being located on the upper level. Stairs to this VIP area can be seen in recent construction, and here is a look at this VIP spiral staircase as seen in the scale model. Before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at Luna Overlook. While guests can choose to either go left or right after entering Epic Universe, this small scenic area can be found between the two branching paths. Newly poured pavement can be seen here. At the edge of this overlook are two torches, which are already built. Straight ahead will be the Luna statue, as seen here in official concept art, and seen here in the model. This railing overlooks cascading waterfalls. Standing at the edge of Luna Overlook, we can look out over all of Celestial Park, with the dancing fountains, trees and greenery, and the Universal Helios Grand Hotel rising up in the distance. In the center of the park sits Constellation Carousel, which is seeing its colorful, ornate domed roof panels installed. But we will take a closer look at that soon. That's all for now, but see our recent video for Dark Universe details and check out our podcast for even more news and information. Stay tuned for a complete update around the worlds of Epic Universe coming later this month. And a huge thank you to BioReconstruct for the amazing aerial photographs. You can follow him on social media for more theme park photos. For even more information, as well as behind-the-scenes posts, your name in the credits, and more, consider joining our Patreon to support what we do. Patreon.com/themeparkstop. Thanks for watching. See you next time.